Get comfortable with English in comfort. This is your English listening practice podcast to help you learn and improve naturally.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another episode of English in Comfort, where you learn English by listening to real, everyday conversations. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Mark. It's nice to be back again.
Same here.
Today's topic is something we all deal with, money. But we don't always like talking about money, right?
That's true. How do you feel about talking about money?
I think it depends. Sometimes it feels normal and practical. Other times it feels stressful. And sometimes a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's such a big part of our lives, but we don't always talk about it openly.
I mean, we earn money, we spend it, we worry about it, but we don't really stop and talk about how it actually feels.
Right. So, Anna, when you get paid, when you receive your money from work, how do you usually feel?
Oh, that moment, relieved. I feel like I can finally breathe again.
Yeah, that moment when the money arrives, when your paycheck comes in.
Paycheck, which is our word of the day.
Yeah. A paycheck is the money you receive from your job, usually every month.
So basically, it's your salary. It's the money you worked for.
Exactly, and for many people, the paycheck decides everything. Like what you can buy, what you have to wait for, and what you worry about.
Honestly, my mood used to change when my paycheck arrived.
Really? How?
When I got paid, I felt relaxed. Like, okay, I'm safe for now.
I know that feeling. It's like your stress level goes down a little.
But then, a few days later, that feeling sometimes disappeared. Stress comes back again.
Let me guess. Because the money started going away?
Yeah, because I started spending.
Spending.
Spending means using money to buy things. Food, clothes, bills, coffee. All of that is spending.
Every time money leaves your wallet or your bank account, that's spending.
And spending itself is not a bad thing. We all have to spend money to live, right?
Right, but there's another word that's very close to spending.
Yes? Overspending. Overspending means spending more money than you should, more than you planned.
It's when spending stops being normal and starts becoming a problem.
Mark, do you overspend?
I used to, especially right after I got my paycheck.
What kind of things did you spend money on?
Eating out a lot, ordering food, buying little things online that I didn't really need.
Yeah, those small things add up fast.
Exactly. At the beginning of the month, I felt rich. By the middle of the month, not so much.
I can relate to that so much. For me, overspending didn't feel serious at first. It felt small, just a little treats here and there.
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
A coffee today, ordering food tomorrow, buying something online because it was on sale,
And then suddenly, the money is gone.
right? And that's when the guilt starts.
That feeling like, why did I do that?
I remember checking my bank account and feeling stressed, not because I bought something important, but because I didn't really think before spending.
Same here. After overspending, I became very careful. Almost too careful.
Like trying to make the rest of the money last until the end of the month?
Exactly. I started counting every dollar, saying no to things I actually wanted.
That back and forth is exhausting.
It really is.
For me, things changed when I started planning a little. Not strict planning, just being more aware.
Same here. I didn't stop spending. I just started spending with more intention.
You know what I realized?
What?
When I pay with cash, I spend less. But when I pay with my card, I tend to overspend.
That is so real. I've noticed the same thing.
With cash, I actually see the money leaving my hand.
Yeah, you feel it.
When I give cash, my brain goes, okay, that's real money. But with a card, it feels lighter. You tap the card and it's done. No thinking, no counting. And later you're like, wait, how did I spend this much?
That's the danger of cards sometimes. So let's stop for a second and explain the words. Cash means physical money, bills and coins. And a card usually means a bank card. You use it to pay directly from your bank account.
So when you're in a store and the cashier asks, cash or card, they're simply asking how you want to pay, with physical money or with your card.
And interestingly, the way we pay affects how we spend.
For me, paying with cash makes me pause. Like, do I really need this? But with a card, it's easier to say yes.
That's why some people choose to use cash on purpose.
It's not that cards are bad, they're convenient and sometimes necessary.
Yeah, some stores or places only accept cards.
But knowing your habits helps. If cash helps you control spending, that's a smart choice. It's about understanding yourself, not following strict rules.
Money habits are personal, and small changes like how you pay can make a big difference.
True.
So, Anna, when we talk about spending and money habits, there's a phrase that comes up a lot. Cut out on.
Cut out on. This is a really common phrase.
To cut out on something means to stop doing it, or to do it much less than before.
That's right, usually because you want to save money, be healthier, or change a habit.
Anna, is there anything you've cut out on recently?
Yes, I cut out on ordering food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I realized I was ordering food even when I had food at home. It didn't feel expensive at the moment, but when I looked at my bank account, I was like, wow, this adds up.
So you cut out on it completely?
Not completely. I still order sometimes, but now it's a choice, not a habit.
That's a good way to put it. For me, I cut out on buying coffee every day.
Every day?
Yeah. One coffee here, one coffee there. It didn't feel like much.
But daily coffee can be dangerous for your wallet.
Exactly. Now, I make coffee at home most days.
And how does that feel?
Honestly, at first it felt boring, but now it feels responsible and kind of satisfying.
That's interesting. Because cutting out on something doesn't always feel good at the beginning.
True. At first it feels like you're giving something up.
But later you realize what you're gaining. Less stress, more control, and sometimes more money at the end of the month.
And it doesn't have to be extreme. You don't have to cut out on everything you enjoy. Just the things that don't really make you happy but still take your money.
That's a great way to think about it.
That actually leads us to another really important topic. Saving money.
Yes. And there is a very common phrase we use when we talk about saving. Save up.
To save up means to slowly collect money over time, usually for something specific. Not all at once, little by little.
For example, I'm saving up for a trip, or I'm saving up to buy a new phone.
When people hear saving up, they sometimes think it has to be something big, like saving a lot of money, or saving for a long time. But that's not always true.
Right? Saving up doesn't have to be difficult or stressful. Even small amounts matter. For me, saving up became easier when I changed how I thought about it. I stopped thinking, I need to save a lot, and started thinking, I'll just save a little.
That mindset makes a big difference.
Even putting aside a small amount, like a few dollars, can help.
Putting aside, another really common phrase. To put aside money means to take some money and keep it for later. You're not spending it. You're not touching it, you're just saving it.
For example, I put aside some money every month. Or, I try to put aside a little from each paycheck.
Even a small amount can be helpful later, for emergencies, for stress, for peace of mind. You know, when money gets tight, there's a phrase people use a lot. Tighten the belt.
To tighten the belt means to spend less money because you don't have as much as before.
It usually happens when life changes,
Maybe your expenses go up, maybe your income goes down.
or maybe you just realize you need to be more careful.
When people say, we need to tighten the belt, it sounds serious.
Because it is. It means you're cutting back, you're being more cautious, eating at home more, buying less, thinking twice before spending.
And honestly, most people have had to tighten the belt at some point.
It's very real and very normal. As they say, money doesn't grow on trees. It means money is not unlimited.
You can't just pick it up whenever you want. You have to work for it and manage it. It's a simple sentence, but the meaning is strong.
And very true. You know, going back to what we talked about today, when you really think about it, money is just something we all deal with.
Yeah, every day, whether we like it or not.
And it's not just numbers. It affects how we feel, especially when it comes to spending. Because overspending is easy.
Very easy, and those small purchases, they don't feel serious at the moment. A coffee, food delivery, something online because you're tired.
And none of those things are bad by themselves. It's okay to treat yourself. You work hard all month. The least you can do is release some stress.
But the key word is awareness.
Yeah, knowing what you're doing while you're doing it. Because when you don't think, that's when things add up.
And later, you're left wondering, where did my money go?
Small habit changes really matter. That's really what today was about.
Yeah, just real life and real English.
Before we finish, let's go over the words and phrases we use today. Paycheck. It means the money you receive from your job. For example, I just got my paycheck. Spending. This means using money to buy things. For example, I spend money on food and rent. Overspending. This means spending more money than you should. For example, I overspent this month because I ordered food too often. Cash. This means physical money like bills and coins. For example, I prefer to pay with cash. Card. This usually means a bank card. You use it to pay directly from your bank account. For example, I paid with my card. Cut out on. This means to stop doing something or do it much less. For example, I cut out on eating out to save money. Save up. This means to slowly collect money over time. For example, I'm saving up for a vacation. Put aside. This means to keep some money for later. For example, I put aside a little money every month. Tighten the belt. This means to spend less and be more careful with money. For example, we need to tighten the belt this month. Money doesn't grow on trees. This means money is limited. You have to work for it. For example, my parents used to say, money doesn't grow on trees. And that's it for today's episode about talking about money in English. Before you go, let me ask you a simple question. What is one small money habit you want to be more aware of this month? Tell us in the comments. For more English listening practice, interesting topics, and real everyday conversations, make sure to subscribe to English in Comfort. Thank you for spending your time with us. Keep practicing, keep improving, and take care, everyone.